The life and sad ending of David Brenner. David Norris Brenner was born on February 4, 1963, in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, to Jewish parents. His father, Louis, was a vaudeville comedian, singer, and dancer, performing under the stage name of Lou Murphy, who gave up his career and a film contract to please Brenner's grandfather, a rabbi, who objected to his working on the Sabbath. After high school, Brenner spent 2 years in the U.S. Army, serving in the 101 Airborne and as a cryptographer of the 595th Signal Corps in Boblingen, Germany. After being discharged, he attended Temple University, where he majored in mass communication and graduated with honors. His first paid gig was at the Improv in June 1969, and following that, he frequently performed at clubs in Greenwich Village. Brenner was ranked number 53 on Comedy Central Presents 100 Greatest Stand-Ups of All Time. At one point, he'd appeared more often on major TV talk shows than any other entertainer. He also wrote 5 books and starred in 4 HBO specials. After making his national television debut in 1971 on The Tonight Show starring Johnny Carson, he became the show's most frequent guest with 158 appearances. He guest hosted for Johnny Carson 75 times between 1975 and 1984, placing him 5th on the list of Carson's most frequent guest hosts. Brenner was a star of the 1976 TV series Snip, alternate title Flip, which was inspired by the film Shampoo and set in a hairdressing salon. The situation comedy was canceled by NBC before it aired due to its inclusion in the supporting cast what would have been one of the first gay characters in an American situation comedy. In 1986, King World Entertainment gave Brenner his own 30-minute syndicated late-night talk show, Nightlife, in an attempt to compete with Carson, but it was canceled after 1 season. The show premiered September 8, 1986, on 102 stations and was touted as an alternative. Filmed in Manhattan and featuring a casually dressed Brenner, it was unique among the late-night talk genre for not having a monologue. It gave some comedians, such as Bobby Slayton, their national television premieres. In addition to The Tonight Show, Brenner also appeared on The Ed Sullivan Show, The David Frost Show, The Mike Douglas Show, Late Night with David Letterman, and The Late Show with David Letterman, Real Time with Bill Maher, and The Daily Show, and was a frequent guest on The Howard Stern Show. In later years, he appeared on both MSNBC and Fox News Channel shows commenting on current events. He portrayed a charity ball auctioneer in the 1989 romantic comedy Worth Winning with Mark Hamill, Madeleine Stowe, and Leslie Ann Warren, who was also Brenner's co-star on Snip. From 1994 to 1996, Brenner hosted a talk radio program, taking over the time slot of the long-running Larry King Show on the Mutual Broadcasting System. He had earlier hosted a syndicated weekly radio show, David Brenner Live, for 3 months in 1985. Brenner was a writer, director, or producer of 115 television documentaries and headed the documentary units of Westinghouse Broadcasting and Metro Media, winning nearly 30 awards, including an Emmy, before moving to comedy. The broadcast pioneers of Philadelphia named Brenner their Person of the Year in 1984 and inducted him into their Hall of Fame in 2003. In his personal life, Brenner had 3 children, Cole, Slade, and Wyatt. He and the mother of Cole, his first son, fought a custody battle for several years. Brenner finally won custody in 1992. Because family courts would have regarded him as an absentee father if he were away from home more than 50 nights a year, Brenner substantially reduced the number of appearances in his stand-up comedy work, including performances on The Tonight Show, in order to secure and maintain custody of his son. Brenner married Elizabeth Slater of New York on February 19, 2000, the mother of his sons, Slade and Wyatt. They divorced a little over a year later, and also then fought 2 custody battles, both of which Brenner won. Brenner was engaged to Ty Babiloni in 2005, but they never married. For a while in the 2000s, Brenner lived in Las Vegas. Sadly, Brenner died on March 15, 2014, at age 78 from pancreatic cancer at his Manhattan home. He was buried at Mount Sheraton Cemetery, Springfield, Delaware County, Pennsylvania.